I think so. Manny was barking at that last call. It was a breaking ball down. It looked like it was a ball. Manny was barking. Jace started barking from the dugout. He came out, and I think he did give him the heave-ho. And we know, you can't argue balls and strikes. I kind of like it, though. Jace Tingler, he knows the consequences, but, he's sticking up for his player, going out there and speaking his piece as we take a look at the pitch. Below the zone, ball. Manny starts barking at him, and he runs him. Jace Tingler out of the game.
Like it.
Oh, there's a what do you call it? Cross up.
It's another cross up.
Yeah. Yeah, it was right down the middle. Even if it's a cross up, who cares? Stallings is thinking he's getting a breaking ball, and instead it gets a fastball in the chest protector.
Heck, just threw him out. He said, knock it off. And Ramon De Jesus just threw out Shelton. De Jesus letting him vent now. Oh, now he's not. As the crew chief Bill Welke came in.
I mean, there's no doubt this is a strike. It was almost right down the middle.
It was.
But it's a, it's a cross up. What difference does that make? Where's the pitch? I mean, he couldn't have ran it in there and placed it in the middle of the plate any more than that.
Yeah.
He really didn't give Shelty much room there, I didn't think. Usually when you miss a fastball right down the middle, mid-thigh, middle of the plate, you'll let the manager holler a little bit about that one.
They've been going up and in on the Yankee right-handers there. They're not letting them dive over the plate.
You can start hearing some chirping from the Yankee bench.
Chop to Kittredge. And he retires the Yankees in order 1-2-3. Well, while we were away, we kind of knew this was going to happen. About 3 Yankees got flipped. And Aaron Boone finally had enough, and he had his say with the umpires. And he really had a say. And you feel for him because he's trying to be socially distant, and he's trying to keep the mask up over his nose. And as he's arguing with Carapazza, it keeps dropping down, and then he's really saying, listen, you can't let them continue to do that. Finally gets thrown out. Certainly had his say, got his money's worth, but that's exactly why he was arguing, David.
Smith coming off an outing where he went 3 1/3 innings on Wednesday against the Texas Rangers as the Astros dug out, getting on Nick Marley, and somebody's been tossed. Wow. Nick Marley has tossed somebody from the Astros dugout.
That's a little aggressive.
It's been a tough stretch here with a 4-game losing streak, and Dusty Baker may have just been ejected from his first game as an Astro manager.
Yeah, it looked like the pitch caught the bottom of the zone, but watch the way that Austin Allen, the catcher, catches it, and I think that's what set Dusty off.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tucker not happy. His manager's been ejected. He'll take the slow stroll up the ramp and up to the clubhouse.
The 2-2. Yanked down the right field line. That's going to find a corner. Cabrera will dig for third. It bounces around. Santiago's going to wave him home. Candelario wants 3. Cabrera scores. Candelario's got an RBI triple, and the Tigers have taken the lead.
Got stuck under it. I don't know that Miggy, they want him at second base. Down in the corner underneath the padding. No, that doesn't matter. You got to play that.
The same thing happened to Detroit in the Chicago series with Kristen Stewart in left field.
That's playable.
Agreed.
That is not a proper call. Gardy's going to get thrown out if they don't reverse it.
Well, now he's out. He just got tossed.
That'd make me mad too. I'm mad. I'm the analyst.
We've got some conversation going on between the plate umpire James Hoy and the Marlins dugout. He may have thrown Don Mattingly out of the game.
Yeah, he just threw somebody out. I think it was Donnie.
And now Donnie's going to come get his money's worth. He is not a happy camper.
This is 3 series worth of frustration with this crew boiling over.
Yes. And I think this has to do with balls and strikes and other things.
And remember, you had to play with Flowers right at home plate. That was Hoy's call initially.
Yep.
So timeout here while Donnie, mask on. Plate umpire has a mask on as well. Donnie gets his say with James Hoy. And James Hoy trying to get the last word in. That brought Donnie back for more. And so Donnie is really hot. And he's making his points with James Hoy, the plate umpire, and now the crew chief, Mark Carlson, has come in. And Donnie continues to make whatever points he wants to make with this umpiring crew.
Kicks and deals 2-1, and Muncy looks at strike 2.
His last at bat, Max struck out on a splitter down there, slightly below the strike zone.
Dave Roberts and Mark Ripperger. Dave Roberts has been thrown out of the game. First time this season, Roberts has been ejected. Going to get his money's worth before heading back into the clubhouse.
Doing a nice job protecting one of his key batters.
2, did he go? Oh, close. On a check down there at first, and one of the Rays really wanted that call. Oh,
Dwayne, if he hits the ball, it goes for a double.
Yeah, the Rays are hot over that, and then we're going to have an ejection. Todd Tishner has just ejected Kevin Cash. And boy, that is a big pitch.
I think he's going slider. That one he did not go either. See, no, he didn't. Joe Madden can't believe it. Let's see this time again. Yeah, he went. Lance Barrett is just ejected. Either Joe Madden or somebody else from the dugout. Joe's coming out. Usually when an umpire says no more, the next peep, whoever it is gone.
More? You know more?
He's just, yeah. I think because you mentioned the way he says, no, he didn't go twice now. And they both and the whole bench went, he went.
Another payoff. Walked him. Oh, call strike 3. Are you kidding me? One down. Somebody got tossed. Joe got thrown out.
I mean, the entire game, it's been a bad strike zone on both sides. Alfonso Marquez is the crew chief who came in from second base. Joe's been ejected. Second time on this road trip.
Location of that pitch. Ohtani knows the strike zone pretty well as a pitcher and a hitter, and he knows that's not in the strike zone.
In between innings, some jawing going on with Votto and Shane Leibensparger, the home plate umpire. David Bell out there as well. Crew chief Tim Timmons trying to stay in between, and Votto has been thrown out of the game. And now David Bell sticking up for his player, getting his money's worth. They let him go for a while, and he has been tossed as well. So frustration boiling over for this Reds team, which not much has gone right tonight or of late. Certainly a tough night for Votto, and we don't have to tell you how tough of a 2020 it's been for David Bell, and he is getting his money's worth. Here's Votto coming out. He ran to his position initially, and then words were exchanged. And again, we're working off of monitors from far away, so we're trying to give you the best sequence we can of what happened. In the end, Votto has been tossed out of the game. Kyle Farmer is your new first baseman. David Bell has been ejected from this game.
3 home runs and a double coming in his first at bat here in game 2. What happened there?
Fastball right over the head of Anthony, and
Cubs are barking.
Anthony's barking.
Yeah.
Dugout's barking.
All the umpires gathering there.
Well, Anthony gets pitched inside a lot, and he doesn't complain about it. He gets hit a lot, but this one's right over his melon. At 96, Antone immediately looking at his hand. So, you know, maybe that it just slipped, but that's just going to get everybody's attention. I think Antone could have handled. You know, he's wiping his hand. If he had kind of like looked at Anthony and said, "Man, I didn't mean it."
I think Rossi just got ejected. Nick Lentz threw somebody out of the game.
I think Rossi's trying to argue, hey, you know, if somebody throws one over our guy's head, whether it's intentional or not, we're going to react. It's an emotional moment, so you know you got to. Now he's gone. Maybe somebody else had already gone. I don't know.
So. I think Lentz had already ejected somebody. That's Rossi's first, right? As a manager?
I think so, yeah.
He's really upset.
It's a foul ball. It was fouled at the plate. I think now being discussed is whether or not that ball hit Inciarte on his way out of the box. That's Joe Girardi's assertion. We'll take a look. Didn't hit him at all.
Girardi may have a point here. And the hitter will tell you his reaction.
Well, that should be a fair ball.
Fair ball.
Right? If it hits in foul territory and then moves back into fair territory, that's a fair ball.
Indeed, fair ball all the way. Absolutely.
It sounded to me like the call was that it hit Inciarte's foot.
That's right.
And thus the ruling of a foul ball. Joe Girardi's just been ejected from the game. This is not a reviewable play, by the way.
To left, should be deep enough to score Schwarber. It will. Baez trying to get to third. Here comes the throw. And not handled by Sogard. It's a sac fly. Charge that run to Adrian Hauser.
Look out. Here he goes.
And here comes Baez to the plate. And he's going to come in and score. The Brewers just fell asleep.
Yeah.
And Craig Counsell's coming out. He's thinking the ball's out of play. Understand the frustration from Craig Counsell, too. Here's the play again.
Well, Baez tagging up from second base. Foregone conclusion that the run was going to score. Schwarber. He's safe. Now Sogard thinks that Baez leaves early. Right about now you'd think time would be called. He throws the ball to here at second and Baez keeps going. A disastrous defensive game for the Brewers. No doubt about it. As soon as we start talking about how good the defense has been all year.
Got the corner with a fastball. Adam Hammery telling Torey Lovullo that's enough. And he's been ejected. And here comes Torey Lovullo. He's been thrown out of the ball game by Adam Hammery. And Hammery appeared to make a pretty good call on that last pitch.
Looked like they were playing rock, paper, scissors there for a moment with Adam Hammery.
Torey, it seems like he's complaining about a call they didn't get on a previous pitch somewhere, and Hammery saying that is not the same. That one hit the corner.
And a strike three called on the inside corner. Roman down looking. 3 strikeouts.
Stay in the game. He's got to stay in the game.
Yeah, he's not pleased. That looked like a strike, John. Now we're going by the box, and now he's out of the game. Well, that means that McCutchen, Moniak, or Goslin is going to have to go into the ballgame.
Don't you get run, Joe.
And Joe has been thrown out of the game. Joe basically said to him, clean it up. but I don't know what else was said with the mask on.
I think Angel's hearing it from the dugout.
And rightfully so, if we're being honest. I mean, that's what the appeal's for. And he's going to throw somebody out in the Sox dugout.
Yeah.
Ricky Renteria is irate. Tim Anderson is too, and rightfully so. That's back-to-back nights. But Angel Hernandez has been really rough. Ricky just got ejected. Maybe Tim got thrown out. We'll see who else it was who got thrown out from the dugout. Angel Hernandez, really, truly, when you miss as much as he has tonight, you got to give people more rope.
Well, you also have to get some help on that last pitch. If Tim got thrown out, that is real bad.
You just have to let people get their emotions out, especially when it's been rough both ways. Man. Ricky Renteria goes out to fight for his guys, and rightfully so. Again, I mean, this has been a really rough plate tonight.
Strike 3. Judge down looking.
You throw a sinker, you usually throw a slider after it, and here's a good slider right at the bottom of the strike zone or lower, and it gets caught on Judge a lot. We've talked about it. That is shin guard high right there.
Not really even close.
Boy, you wonder how he keeps his composure, because that was really a bad call by Tumpane. I guess there's nothing you could really do about it, but that was well below the knee. And Aaron Boone has certainly made his displeasure known from the dugout, and now he gets thrown out.
See, there's no fan, so we can hear every word.
Good for Booney.
Well, you know, he's protecting his player. We've watched Aaron Judge get called on that all the time. It's gone on. This is the second year it's gone on. It's not right, and it's, you know, he can't help it if he's tall.
I wonder where I wasn't looking at the monitor. Why that pitch really looked low? I just looked at the monitor. Boy, that pitch looked low. So being 0-1 to Hicks.
As that one hits Contreras after the home run and the bat flip earlier, the Cubs dugout is yelling at Cordero. Dan Bellino says, stay in the dugout, everybody. The umpires are going to come together and they'll talk it over. Contreras gets hit by the pitch. The umpires immediately went to the Cubs dugout and said, stay there, do not do anything. They're going to talk it over, and we will see what ends up happening. In a 7-0 game, Cordero hits Contreras. And they're going to throw out Cordero. Ricky Renteria comes out of the dugout. Don Cooper as well, shouting at Dan Bellino, who said, we got this, to the Cubs dugout. Ricky Renteria comes out to argue, and Coop is back there too. Don Cooper is screaming.
That Ricky probably argues long enough to get tossed. We'll see.
Ricky Renteria is incensed with Dan Bellino. Don Cooper thrown out of the ball game, by the way.
Jace Tingler really letting the home plate umpire Lance Barrett have it as he goes out there to make a change. You would not want to lose your manager in a game with this many decisions to make, and he just did. Jace Tingler's been thrown out of the game by Lance Barrett. And so it will be up to the rest of his staff to navigate these bumpy waters.
Well, we'll see if Mr. Tingler gets his money's worth on the way out of the mound, because he's going to have to leave. He's got thrown out.
This is a big deal.